hopefully I'm gonna have Cashbox and People's Power join me. I might, but until again, I understand the time zone difference and all of that, so it makes things a little bit difficult. But let me show now the mindset of Sierra Leoneans. Talking about Sierra Leoneans, let me show now a video today where I come across this lady. I don't know who she is, but somebody sent this video to me. And this video, the reason why they play for now, the reason why I want to play these videos, guys, because I think they said this lady is in London. And the reason why I want to show you guys this video, I want you to see the mindset. And I want you guys to reflect when you think about the Holocaust. What happened to the Jews, how the Germans, thought it was okay for them to, roast alive, concentration camps for Jews in Germany back in the days. And what happened in Rwanda, Tutsis versus Hutus, versus the Hutus. What happened in Rwanda when people think the way they think. And this lady, this is a classic example of people like these that are Sierra Leoneans that think the way they think. This is the devilish nature of Sierra Leoneans. This is how devilish these people are, some of these people. I want you guys to listen to this. She's a Sierra Leonean, and you cannot imagine that a Sierra Leonean would speak like this of their own brothers and sisters. And the reason why I want you guys to pay attention to this, I want you to think about Makeni massacre. I want you to think about the Lonsar. I want you to think about Tombo. I want you to think about the Parema Road Prisons massacre, right? And I want you to remember those supporters of the SLPP that were telling President Bio that it's okay to kill them. Kill them. They want to obstruct you. They don't want you to do your job. They don't want you to walk. Kill them. They're fools. They deserve to die. That's how they killed people in Makeni for generator. I want you to listen to this video of this lady. And guys, this is what we're gonna be doing because we don't discuss. We're trying not to discuss, people. But of course, it is the content of what they say is what matters, right? Because guys, you all know, I'm telling you guys about what we talk about. It's about patriotism at the end of the day. That is what is very important. Patriotism is what is very important. And we see in Sierra Leone. But guys, watch this video because I want you guys to see this video for yourself. And I'm gonna bring in Cashbox and then we'll tell you.
Yes, Miss Salon people, them on a cabo. Them, where the when stuff ammunition, combat trousers, combat jackets. Say they don't want for go fet na salon. You know what I go tell you now? Una don't late. Yes. Una don't late like a other. Una don't late. You know what you do? President Bio don't bring machine come. We get acid for the spray una. President Bio don't bring machine come. We get acid for the spray una. Bring machine come. We get acid for the spray una. President Bio don't bring machine come. We get acid for the spray una. President Bio don't bring machine come. We get acid for the spray una.
Guys, I hope you guys will see why I kept replaying that for you guys, because I want you guys to hear that. Gashi, I want Salon people to hear that for themselves. This is a Sierra Leonean saying it's okay that the president has brought a machine to Sierra Leone that is going to be used as a weapon of mass destruction to spray acid on people. And these are the same people that supported the president to go to Makeni and massacre protesters. Why? Because of generator. I can show you guys the videos so you guys can see what I'm talking about. The Makeni massacre and everything that happened there. I want you guys to see it, and I'm going to bring Cashbox coming, but I want to show you guys the mentality. And this lady is in London. They said this lady is in London. And she's supporting the SLPP so much to the point that she thinks it is okay for the president to go and buy a machine that sprays acid. So I want the international community to pay attention to this. I want the world to pay attention to this. Because this is how this president listened to folks like these. And they went to Makeni and murdered and massacred the citizens. I'm going to show the video again of that. And then I'll bring in Cashbox to make an analysis of this whole thing. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Because guys,
Yes, Miss Salon people, them on a cabo.
Most victims, as well as alleged perpetrators of last week's riot in Makeni, are still in the capital, Freetown. And this, according to family members, it's a worrying and disturbing situation as they are unable to access their loved ones, either in detention or at various hospitals in the capital. Some also raised concern on poor living conditions, as most victims were breadwinners. Abubakar Kamara has been following this story.
Most victims of last week's riot in Makeni were breadwinners of respective families, and immediate family members of both deceased and injured are raising certain concerns, which among them include not having access to see their loved ones and also poor conditions of living. Here are the concerns of few that we contacted.
Yeah, like the late brother, we then kill, we in Augustine Ponce, we in Adachucha, because we know say for now, it don't be done, because we no get no saying, for say we will fed the government. But what me good tell the public and the government, then the one they listening to this message, because we totally blind. So since the tell they can't take them now, we don't know the whereabouts, we don't get no message, then we totally blind, we don't know what they gone. There will be big Papa government, there will be big to the big one, then we show concern towards this issue. For let the help we follow you see who body them, then who brother they don't go. And especially with brother, because like as they say in a chicha, then he gets a great role with the often at the community. So enough fine for let he dies, so we're not able to see in cops, then we're not going to feel fine. Then we always they cry for let we see in cops. So we don't know what's in now the government get for do towards that, then the big one they get for do towards that, for let the able for let we see the cops.
No, they get no information from the time where they can go na fleet or no get no information. So right now, waiting me they talk, maybe brother let them face and come. And Makeni, so that's the way we can bear them. Natural only that they will depend on. And they help the family, and they take care of the family. They can't kill them by this hour. So me, I don't feel fine for my brother. Really, by this hour, my heart they bleed for my brother.
Guys. You know, I can show you, I can go on and on and on and on in this. I don't know if you want for sure now the graphic videos them, right? Of this, an example of this young man. Matter of fact, let me show you guys this, and I want you guys to reflect when you listen to this lady, what she's saying. I want you to reflect, and these were the people that were fanning the embers. I mean, it's one thing to tell your people that they have a right to protest. It is embedded in the Constitution. It is very clear. Section 25, subsection 1, subsection 26, subsection 1 makes it very clear that you have the protections to your freedoms of assembly and association. Section 26, it makes it clear. Everybody has a right to protest. It is their right. SLPP protested. Everybody has a right to protest. That's one thing. But to tell the government to kill people, and when you listen to this lady, and you see what happened in Makeni, you guys saw what happened in Makeni. Let me show you guys this,
as well as
because I want you guys to see this. Guys, I can go on and on, right? But I want you to think about this. When you hear this lady talking about the president, and this was the concern that I have, and the other day I did a live Cashbox where I talked about the president going to Turkey to visit an exhibition show for weapons. And then you get people like these, now that they're confirming, and she's confirming to us that the president has actually bought weapons of mass destruction. So this is the thing, Cashbox, and this is what I want to say. I think Sierra Leoneans, one more time, I want to share this with you. I want you guys to listen to this. People like these are the Sierra Leoneans that we have. They don't believe in the tenets of democracy. They don't believe in people having their rights. She's talking about these uniforms or whatever nonsense they keep talking about, fabricating all these lies about people getting ammunitions and this and that, locked up or sitting member of parliament, claimed that he had ammunition. But listen to this one more time, because I want you guys to pay attention to this. Listen to this lady one more time.
President Julius don't bring machine camp. We get acid for the spell now. President Julius don't bring machine camp. We get acid for the spell. President Julius don't bring machine camp. We get acid for the spell now.
Cashbox, take it from them, my brother. This lady is preaching genocide, basically. This is a genocide. This lady, I think somebody in London should file a lawsuit against this lady, because it's one thing to have your rights to free speech, but when you're preaching this much hate against your people, I think somebody in London should file a lawsuit against this lady, because again, if anything, we have all the evidences. You guys have seen the track record of this government killing their people. So I think it's about time. But Cashbox, talk to me, bruh.
Thank you, Ibrahim. You know, sometimes these days I find it really, really difficult for see some seeing them on social media. It kind of this we're talking about 21st century. You know how Memuna Rappel, if Nasuna name,
I really don't know, Kashi. I really don't know this lady, but she's a Sierra Leonean.
somebody
You know?
just put on the platform and say Memuna Rappel or whatever. You know, some of these people, and they say if now UK day, now this thing can say, you know, some man don't come that the oversee, but the oversee don't actually go inside the person. It is ridiculous. We've seen instances. I see somebody they make a statement, just you know, they talk about like, oh, what about the killing the Kabbalah will be happened at the last government? You know, these are some of the things we're talking about, Ibrahim. These days, every time I talk about Salone, you know, it stresses me. And I'm not kidding. Even when I do me audio me one grain. In fact, these days I don't even like for Sidom and do me audio. I like for Timap. Ibrahim, I feel like Christmas where they do me audio because it is painful. Like I'm talking, I'm like, the thing is so. How can you say President Bio don't buy acid for go kill Una and they go spray pa Una? You dare look where you sit up inside motor car, you tie close, you tie your aid, you're comfortable. You know, as you say, is it section 26 your favorite part of the Constitution?
Right.
Which I've never read the Constitution, but because you've been saying it over and over again, it kind of like that don't stick in my head. The point here is everybody get right to in protest, to the right for protest.
Absolutely.
So why? Whether rightly or wrongly, and it goes back to the point for a generator will cost less than $100,000, Ibrahim. We don't see millions of dollars being embezzled by this very government. And then you feel say if the people and say no, people are stupid. Assume these people were stupid in Makeni. Let we say so for argument's sake. They did not have a clue of what was going on. They don't understand waiting and tell them. Let we say the people in that team needed to talk. They don't understand the English way they talk. Say that they go take the generator for go. Does that give you the right for kill them? You know, when they see now this part of the world, when it's very lady day, people that they go protest just because same like the garden or somebody go build us where I pass all the us we block the view. Then they block a whole road. They say this person the council need for stepping. They protest for those simple things. These were people where they protest, say, for the generator. Whether they were misled or not, you have no right for take their lives. And then you know the worst thing, Ibrahim? Now, when the president try for justify the reason for these people being killed.
Absolutely.
When they go to radio stations, they
Right.
justify the reason.
Yeah.
How did he not even say a protest? What did he say again? Did he say like
He said a strike.
you were justifying the reason. Not once this president ever come out and say it was wrong for me to kill a life. Before that, you did tell me about human capital development. Ibrahim, how a president, the very first time I hear the president talk about the Makeni killing, now wait a minute, try for justify him say then strike. That was the very first time.
Right.
These were lives being killed for God's sake. This now one part of them, this guy be the talk just you know, they give testimony. It's a one part of a teacher. The very education where you they try for tell we say you they do free education. You tell we say you they look after you teachers them. This not teacher we kill. They kill them. And you they tell me about human capital development. Then you get this kind lady them within a London or USA a day. They go and talk like say oh, President Bio don't carry with acid for can they emphasize for can spray powder. You know, Ibrahim, some of these things are just painful. People and just first say we idle when we talk about this. People think like we don't get woke. You know, was it this very lady we talk saying now we go and clear the COVID patient?
Yes.
This is the whether not pay. I mean, just listen to what they say. Do you really think everything that we say, the time you spend, like you come on work, come, you know, go iron, you smart suit as smart as you look right now. You really think you love to do that, or it's just like you just want display or for many people hearing your voice? I was never a public person. It took me time, like it took me years. I think way over 2 years before I began to show me face on that platform. Them, I was never a public speaker. This thing only happened by default because, and I've told you this story. My cousin asked me a question. I do an audio like and send it to her. Ever since now, it is send question to me. I send it to her. Then it puts me public. It happened, but guys, we are not idle. Like we are saying this because we know the potential where this country get. We know this country where we call Salon. I did tell you, Ibrahim, if only you tell me almost Singaporean, they're outside Singapore right now.
Not a lot. And not beaucoup. Because everything is in the country.
Everything. We have no reason to be in America as clever as you are, wasting the experience you've gathered and you don't kind of like wealth of experience we can change that country. You have no reason to be here. We can go back home and make we country for them picking them. So the picking them be developed for look after that country. It's a flow. Like now, everywhere you go, they talk about Singapore because they've made the sacrifice. Few people like us made the sacrifice years ago. And now look at them. And this is what we're trying to do. We're not trying to talk down the SLPP government. We're not trying to back the APC government. We're not trying to see the hypocritical side of the NGC government. No. What we want to see is the lives that get to be changed, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
This is what you and I and everyone else are fighting for. But this lady, when we tell you about acid, he will tell you, say, except they fight the same cause. Clearly, for me, you tell we say they fight the same cause and say they go spray acid by the people, then surely we're distance away from what you believe. Over to you, Ibrahim.
You know, thank you, Kashi. But Sierra Leoneans, this is why we do what we do. And going back to Cashbox's point, you know, with you, some of these folks are in the diaspora, but the diaspora has never gotten into them. And for somebody like this in England, they talk this kind of a way. It's a disgrace to the British government. She's a disgrace to mankind, a disgrace to society. And if society is evil as it is today, these are the people. And that is why it's time we start holding these people accountable. Believe it or not, it does not give me pleasure to even mention some of these folks, right? But how can you keep silence on things like these when you see people like these saying these kinds of stuff? And indeed, people like these, they've been listened to by this government. This government don't listen to them. Guys, I can give you tons of videos now. I can present them and show them and all of that. But this is what we have. And this is why we talk about people like these. So Sierra Leoneans will start to identify these folks.